I'm Robrad78.
And I'm Fidget 1185.
And welcome to our Couples Therapy.
Welcome back to Couples Therapy, where we talk about this, that, and the other thing.
And for those new to the channel, welcome. So, we had an interesting set of events here. As of the recording of this, it is the 11th on February. And the night before, we went to go to bed after a nice, lovely stream we had on Twitch. You can see us on Twitch. Here will be our links. And obviously in the description. But, anyways, we were streaming, and then we had the Xbox Series X out here. And as always, we bring it back into our room because we like to watch a sleep show when we go to bed. And, yeah, somebody was a little klutzy, and I got my foot, and I accidentally bumped the HDMI cable, and I messed up the HDMI port on the Xbox Series X. So, as of now, my Xbox Series X does not work, but we'll get it fixed. We're going to also purchase a couple new ones. Yeah. I'm tired of the moving back and forth, so we're going to get a couple more. And
to hopefully alleviate that problem so it doesn't happen again.
Yeah. And that'll just be part of our streaming upgrade. As of right now, we will be streaming off our Xbox One, the old OG original one, the day one Xbox One. It still works, the one that looks like a pizza box. Yeah, that's our system right now. And until further notice. We got February is the shortest month, but it's also the month with the most bills.
Of course.
So we ain't really too worried about getting a new Xbox right now. Sucks because I just pre-ordered some new games, WWE 2K25. Sponsor, please. No, I'm just kidding. And the new Assassin's Creed. But I should be able to play them on my Xbox One too, because they have the Xbox One edition as well. Anyways.
Yeah, with our Xbox, I like to call him the grumpy old man.
Yeah.
Because he kind of acts like one. Very temperamental.
I don't know what you mean by that. It's been loyal to me. I've known it longer than I knew you.
Ouch. No, I'm just kidding.
But no, it's been a good box.
No, it has.
And I'm thinking that maybe we move it up to the room. Because it was a little quiet last night. What do you think? Or do you say keep it here and keep the quiet?
I think we should maybe move it, but, be careful with the cords and whatnot.
Oh, you telling me not to be a klutz?
No, I'm just saying in general, like, that goes for me, too.
This one's a little tougher. I've heard reports about how the Xbox Series X is very weak in the HDMI port. Even when I first bought my Xbox Series X, I announced it on Twitch, and one of my friends on Twitch, one of the first things he said to me is, "Watch out for that HDMI port; they're very weak."
But I noticed that trying to go to bed trying to go to sleep last night sucked because
It's just dark.
Well, the darkness doesn't bother me, but I guess
Alone with your thoughts.
Ugh, that's never fun. But yeah, I didn't fall asleep till after you'd gotten up for work.
Wow.
So it was like after 2:30.
So maybe we do need that in there.
Especially since I work the rest of the week. Yeah, going to sleep at a relatively decent time would be nice.
Yeah, especially tonight because tomorrow, the day, February 12th?
Yeah.
It's supposed to snow 7 inches here.
I've heard between
7 to 10.
Like 6 to 12 inches.
Well, they're kind of close to each other in the ballpark.
So, but who knows? I mean, how accurate have the weather people been? I mean,
yeah,
that's kind of hard.
It might not even snow at all. No, I'm just kidding.
I would
Probably
love
snow
that.
a little bit. But, yeah, it's just been crazy without the Xbox Series X, even though it's only been a day. But you know, it is what it is. Xbox One has still been good to us. We still getting our stuff done.
It's weird what you get used to, and then when you don't have it, it's like,
Holy
holy
on
moly!
my elbow. That's not good.
Like, dang, I missed that.
Yeah, but the Xbox One is a lot of fun too, and it's, you know, I finished my Fortnite season for this one, but we're working on Fidgets right now, and we'll get through it. Hopefully, by the time you see this, season will probably be over anyways, but close to at least.
All right, but thankfully I don't have a whole lot left to finish in that. So,
But
we'll
anyways, we know you guys like some of the snack news, so we're gonna move on to some snack news. And the first subject is about Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
So this article is Cinnamon Toast Crunch fans think the brand went too far with divisive new collab. Absolutely not. So, well, it's not a full, it's a little.
It's like one quotes.
So, as we all know, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is known for its tasty cereal. And they are trying something new with a surprising collaboration.
Big words.
With a limited edition Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Totino's pizza flavor. Like the pizza rolls. I love me some pizza rolls. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is like my
So two of your favorite meals, just not at the same time. I would never think to put these two together. Like in any day. I mean, I could see like a churro thing, Cinnamon Toast churro, you know, because they did a churro cereal, but like not what they're doing.
A pizza roll flavor? No,
it's like a pizza flavor. Yeah, cinnamon. I don't know. Is it? Scroll down. It shows a picture. You guys will see the picture here. Yeah, it is a pizza flavor with milk. I was like, is it with milk? Because I couldn't tell if it was. But yeah, it is literally like you put milk in it and it's pizza flavor. That is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard. Of course people are outraged by this.
I mean, would it be better with pop? Because pizza, generally, what do you drink with?
But you're not like, okay.
I know.
You're not having a mouthful of food and then,
no.
Because that's basically what cereal is you're drinking your milk and eating your food at the same time. Might as well blender it together.
That's what I say. Make it easy,
But yeah. We'll show you guys these pictures, of course, but...
Yeah, totally.
What do you guys think? Is this a nuts collaboration?
Let us know down in the comments.
I absolutely think that whoever was thinking about this, shut it down.
Yeah,
keep them separate. They're both excellent brands, but keep it separate.
That's a hard no from me on that one. Give me my pizza rolls and give me my cereal. Do not put them together and then give it to me.
The fact that they have a prototype of this and that it looks like it's already been like selling, but then they didn't do too well. It's like, how did they get this far into process? Like somebody looked at this and literally said, I see dollar signs.
Right, but then you figure after they make the product, it has to go through a taste test. Who on God's green earth thought that tasted good? Right? I mean...
I feel like this is like something that one of your friends brings to you. And like, they're like, what do you think? And they're super passionate about it. And you just don't want to be rude. And you're like, yeah, it's really good. And then they turn around and you're like,
right.
But yeah, let us know what you guys think down below about Tostinos and Cinnamon Toast Crunch collabing. Are we ready for our next thing? I think so.
Yeah.
So the next one. After 9 years of being discontinued, M&Ms is bringing back a flavor. And that flavor is, drumroll please, peanut butter and jelly. So I'm a fan of the peanut butter. I'm actually a fan of like every M&M I've ever tried. Granted, I haven't tried, because I've seen pictures of all the flavors. I haven't tried that many.
Right.
But I've tried the coffee bean one, tried the peanut butter one, I've tried the pretzel one, and
I like the it's not Rice Krispie, but it has like the crispy center.
yeah, I was thinking of those, but
I will say this, at my work, we had them. I'm not sure if we still do. I bought them because I was like, these look interesting. And honestly, I thought you were going to have peanut butter M&M and a jelly M&M in the bag.
separate.
Yeah, separate. And no, it is a bag full
No, there's a single M&M
Yeah.
in one bag.
just, yeah.
Little M&M.
But, no, it's swirled, like it's mixed. And I love my M&Ms, don't get me wrong, but this one, I think I'm gonna pass on. Like,
So you can see why they got discontinued in the first place.
I mean, more power. Like, I'm not hating on anybody who likes them. It's just, it's not my cup of tea. I prefer my peanut butter and jelly to be in a sandwich form, personally.
I definitely want to try it. But yeah, I don't know. Let us know if you've ever tried this, and if you're willing to try it. I think I'll try it, and maybe I'll do a short here and let you guys know what I think of it.
Okay, so.
And on to the next news. We got McDonald's announces return of fan favorite item after nearly a decade.
Holy moly.
What is that returned item, Fidget?
It returned, where did it go?
There it is.
So, McDonald's is bringing back their snack wraps. And I can honestly say, I don't think I've ever had one.
I'm gonna say when I remember these, I remember them being pretty good. And that's the guy that doesn't really eat McDonald's. I like the crispy chicken, and you can get some ranch in there, and something that you're willing to try. You think?
I mean, it can't be that bad. I mean,
No.
it's like a little chicken tender wrapped in a tortilla. I mean,
With lettuce and
yeah. I mean, you can't really go wrong.
no.
Yeah, would try it. Usually when I go to McDonald's, I get a burger of some variety. Very rarely, as much as I love my chicken and my chicken tendies, even though McDonald's doesn't do chicken tenders, they do nuggets. I usually get
That is surprising.
like a burger of some sort.
That's surprising because you are a big chicken fan. I think you'll like these. I honestly do. How are you on wraps? What do you think about wraps?
I feel like, as with anything, they could be hit or miss, but overall, like, I'm down to try.
So the local gas station around here, Casey's, they have their own wraps, and every once in a while I get one. I like the green tortillas. I think it's spinach or something like that.
I think so.
Yeah, I like the spinach tortillas.
And at my work, like, not long after I had started there, like, in the deli area, they, have sandwiches and wraps and things like that. I tried one because I was like, this looks good. But I guess I'm kind of picky because since all of that stuff is, like, pre-made, you kind of have to take it as is because, depending on the wrap, it has, like, mayonnaise and things like that, and I'm not a super big fan of mayonnaise, but yeah, I'd be willing to try these.
Yeah, because it is cold weather. I don't know if you guys can see this on camera, how well it comes out. I always have this split lip, even in the summer or whatnot. It just scars over, but in the winter it always splits all the time, and it's the colder it gets, the wider it spreads, pretty much. But so because it's so cold out right now, it's splitting, and which makes it difficult for me to eat stuff, and some stuff drink. Like, definitely don't drink any alcoholic drinks when burns. But yeah, I always got to be careful around wintertime when it comes to food and drinks when it gets really cold. You ever have any kind of problem with lips and cracked and?
I've noticed it a lot more this year than I did last year. Like my lip, like especially now, getting chapped, and like I try and keep chapstick, but like I just peeled off some skin, and it hurt.
I always bite mine off, and it's
That's what I
get into.
Kind of what I did, but never had that problem back home because it never got this cold. But I mean, yeah, I would occasionally get the chapped lips just from licking my lips too much. But no, this is horrible.
I feel like it's kind of a dry cold this year.
Right.
And it's very windy.
Yeah, I went out to the mailbox today to get the mail, and that wind that just cuts right through you, and it's like, nope, I'd rather stay inside.
So, by the time you guys see this, Valentine's Day has already come and gone. And personally, we don't really see the need of Valentine's Day. Yeah, we got a little bear plushie or whatever, but that wasn't really because of Valentine's Day. That's just because it was cute. We'll get a little picture of the bear right here for you guys. But, and I think by the time you see this, we'll have another video out too, which will be in the links, and we'll put a little picture of the thumbnail right here as well. But yeah,
so
we don't really celebrate Valentine's Day because it's just another day, and why not, like Fidget here likes to say, why not treat your significant other like that every day instead of just on one day?
Right, like why do you need a specific day to tell you that, like, oh, maybe I should do this for my significant other. Maybe I should tell them how much I appreciate them, how much I love them, blah, blah, blah. And, it's like those little things I feel should be, like an everyday sort of thing.
Absolutely.
But so in this little article, so it says in Washington, D.C., consumers are leading with their hearts this Valentine's Day and are expected to spend a record, get this, $27.5 billion, that is with a B.
Capital B.
Not an M, but a B.
Capital B.
This year. The amount is up from last year's $25.8 billion.
Capital B.
And slightly above the previous record of $27.4 billion that was set in the year 2020.
Capital B. So that's 100 million more.
Jeez, like that's...
Send it my way. I'm going to make a holiday, guys. And feel free to spend at the Robrad 78 store. You can find the merch right here. We got some cool new stuff. It is now officially, as you see this and whenever you see this, it is Robrad 78 Day. So feel free to shirp in the merch. I was going to say shirp in the mop. Feel free to shop in the merch store, the Robrad 78 store, because it is what a coincidence. The same day you're watching this, whichever day it is Robrad 78 Day. So feel free. Link down below.
But no, I think that is nuts. $27.5 billion spent on candy, flowers, jewelry.
We added it to it with the teddy bear.
What?
And our video that came out already. We can talk about the video now because it's come out.
But I'm just still, that blows my mind that much money gets spent on this holiday. And it's like...
So, I mean, as you guys know by now, we spent money on Valentine's Day boxes and did an unboxing. So, yeah, we contributed to this. We're not any better than anybody else. But it's not because it was Valentine's Day that we did it. It's because, one, some of these boxes come with plushies.
And they were cute.
And one was a Sour Patch Kid, so yeah. And Reese's. And a macaroni one. Come on now.
Right, the macaroni is, I think, my favorite.
And because we're SpongeBob fans, we had to get the Pretty Patties.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. but spelled out, not. And we'll spell it out right here. But yeah, just because there's Valentine's Day stuff out and you purchase it doesn't necessarily mean you're celebrating Valentine's Day. It just means that you want some of that stuff. Like, we don't necessarily celebrate the day, but sometimes there's some cool stuff.
I'm honestly waiting at my work. I'm honestly waiting the day after February 15th. All of that stuff goes on discount.
Yeah.
So I'll be coming home with a bunch of candy.
Well, we should stop by the Dollar General and see what they have. Because usually they have a bunch of stuff. They're probably already on the 4th of July because they seem to have like $5. They were, every time when you worked there, it seemed like they were always like 5 holidays ahead. I was like, geez.
Right.
Christmas already? It's September.
How do you think I felt working there, putting that stuff out? And it's like, what happened to like the holidays between Valentine's Day and like...
You go right to Labor Day and then Christmas.
Right. No Thanksgiving, just totally bypass that.
Halloween.
Bypass that.
Halloween was like really quick. Like it was before Halloween was over. They started putting out Christmas stuff, or Thanksgiving and Christmas stuff at the same time.
All right. Well, that's how it was at where I work now, and we already are starting to put out. Like I've seen some like swimsuits for summer.
Wow.
But I mean, like,
a little early.
But I get it because, I mean, in my line of work, you gotta seasons come pretty fast. Yeah. Whether the weather says so or not.
We haven't even had spring yet.
God, I can't wait for spring.
I can see towards the end of spring starting to put out swimsuits. Because I don't really think people go swimming that much in the spring, do they? Obviously in this weather. Like if you live somewhere all year round.
I mean, no. I mean, but if like you're going on vacation, I mean, I don't know.
Anyways. We got some animal news here. We wanted to talk about something, and this first one has an interesting title. What's that say, Fidget?
Nationwide power outage in Sri Lanka was blamed on a monkey.
Oh, not a monkey.
Monkey.
A little cute monkey. You'll see him right here. And a little ad revenue here, but that won't be for you guys. A monkey has been blamed for causing a nationwide blackout in Sri Lanka. The island's 22 million residents were mostly left without power during the outage, which began around 11 a.m. local time, 5:30 a.m., so 6:30 a.m. our time.
On Sunday.
Super Bowl day. Think about it, because when this was recording, it was Super Bowl day. So power outage on Super Bowl day. I bet some people were pissed.
It was a sign.
Yeah, we didn't watch it either. So.
Well, I was at work.
She was at work. I was at not interested land. I was playing Fortnite.
So.
Code Robred 78 in the item shop.
So apparently, what had happened? So the country's energy minister, Kumara. Jaya Cody, we'll go with that, told reporters that the blackout was caused when a monkey came into contact with a grid transformer near the island's capital, Colombo.
Anybody want fried monkey? Now, that might get you a little charged up when you take a bite of it, though.
Woo!
A little static shock. A monkey has come into contact with our grid transformer, causing an imbalance in the system, Mr. Giacotti said following the blackout. Engineers are attending to it to try and restore the service as soon as possible, he added. I want to know more about the monkey. Is the monkey okay? I don't think the monkey's alive.
So the power was returned to some areas within hours, but many households were without electricity until late on Sunday.
So after the score of the Super Bowl was over.
So, I mean, I get overall that's not horrible if it went out early Sunday and you get it back.
Technically there, late on Sunday is still somewhat early here, so they could probably still watch it. I doubt.
cared.
Yeah, as I say, doubt as many people there cared, but I'm sure there's some. Maybe, if it gets out there, I don't know. If you're from Sri Lanka, let us know if you watch American football, or what sports, or in general what you watch. And if you're from Sri Lanka, can I even say that right?
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka, sorry. I apologize on behalf of me, I guess. If you're from there, hi.
So apparently only in Sri Lanka can a group of monkeys fighting inside a power station cause an island-wide power outage. Jamila Hussein, the editor-in-chief of local newspaper, the Daily Mirror. So apparently
Wrote on X.
Apparently they were getting in a fight.
They were monkeying around.
Funny.
The paper said engineers had been warning consecutive governments to upgrade the system or face frequent blackouts for years.
4 years.
The nationwide power grid is in such a weakened state that frequent island-wide power outage may be expected if there is a disturbance in the force.
Even in one of the lines.
I added the in the force, but I had to.
And I think
that's it. No update on the monkey. We're going to assume...
Well...
I don't know if we can say this on YouTube, but we're going to assume...
He passed away.
He's with Harambe. Moment of silence. But if you're a monkey and you live in Sri Lanka, can't say it. Sorry. Please, this is a PSA for you. So if you're watching this and you're a monkey in Sri Lanka, did I say right? Sri Lanka. If you're a monkey there, this is for you. One-on-one, me and you. Do not get in fights. And if you are going to fight, do not do it next to a power grid.
Yeah, just quit monkeying around out there. All right. So.
Watching you, monkey. There's a monkey out there like, All right. I think Fidget's going to take over this news because she's going to love this one.
So, UK's Foreign Office cat, Palmerston, shows up for duty in Bermuda. And we'll post a picture, but he's a cute little kitty.
Yeah.
So, Palmerston was a rescue cat of the UK's Foreign Office. Apparently didn't want to retire, like he wasn't ready for it.
Not for everyone.
After enjoying a few years of life of leisure, the Diplocat, named after the country's longest-serving foreign secretary, is back on the job, but this time in Bermuda.
Keep in mind, this cat started its service in 2016 and worked all the way to 2020. So that's a pretty long time for a cat. It's 4 years.
Yeah.
That's as much as some presidents.
So the former rescue cat joined the diplomatic service in 2016 and gained a large following online with his charming cat tales and for fulfilling his duty with charisma and a devoted work ethic.
How does a cat have a work ethic and some people that I work with don't?
That says a lot.
Right?
So since retiring in 2020, Palmerston has lived with his former co-worker Andrew Murdoch and his family and shared the occasional online update on his leisurely country life.
I want to know the servants of this cat. And, like, did they go up to it for decision-making times? They're like, all right, put your paw on which one. What should we do? Like, how did decision-making go with this cat? I don't know. For 4 years. Or did somebody do it and they just put the credit to the cat? Because that's a humble person right there. Is it the Murdoch? Because, like, let's be honest.
So, Murdoch, who was recently sworn in as the new governor of Bermuda, convinced Palmerston to leave retirement and join his administration as a feline relations consultant.
Wow. So he's going to talk to all the cats. Or she. Did it say he or she?
I don't know. Oh.
Well, it said, like, on the weekends or whatnot. Or when it went to the country. Oh, you're clicking on things. Back up. When it was right here. His. So it's a he. I was right.
So,
anyways, what a crazy story.
Yeah.
Cat does more work than
most people
nowadays. He's already achieved more in his small life than I probably ever will. So congrats to him. We'll share all these pictures, of course, and show some love to Palmerston. And yeah, our heart goes out to you. I hope you guys do good in Bermuda.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of more news. Here we go. We're going to go into the movie realm. We're going to talk about some movies, or Hollywood movie type stuff. The first one we're going to talk about, I recently watched All Hallows Eve, and then I watched Terrifier 1 through 3. Fidget kind of watched in the background, but also ran away in fear. No, I'm just kidding. She was busy. But Terrifier director Damien Leone responds to complaints that his horror franchise isn't gory enough, promising he will find the sweet spot in Terrifier 4. Now, from what you've seen, do you think they were gory enough?
Yeah.
I mean, first off, sure, if you want to find the sweet spot, that's fine. But who says that there has to be a meter for each show? Like, Michael Myers, the original one, wasn't gory, but it became an instant classic. I didn't really know that. Granted, I'm just learning about Terrifier stuff. I didn't really know they were going for a gory category. I just thought they were going for a slasher franchise. Sounded like they were trying to be like a classic, just like all the 80s ones. But, nothing wrong with going with a higher level of gore. But at the same time, don't let people pressure you into something just because, that's what they want, per se. But, don't let it, disrupt your integrity of artistic value, I guess, is what I would say.
Right, and no matter what, you're not going to make everyone happy.
And you know what's going to happen in the next one? People are going to complain that it was too gory.
Right? I feel like...
Or they'll say it's not gory enough just to see if you'll go even farther.
But I feel like, what was it, Terrifier 2 that I watched with you again? Yeah. It was gory. I'm
just going to say in Terrifier 3, you haven't watched it yet, it was pretty gory.
Right. But, that's like what you think. Someone else watching it, might not.
But also, horror movies already, it's kind of like when you go down the dark web of YouTube and you start watching, videos that are, let's say, I'm not trying to say inappropriate, but if you go down a rabbit hole of watching crime videos or something like that. Everybody's done it, except for the people that haven't, obviously. But, you know, you have a little thing in your head, you're self-conscious or something like that, that tells you, this is weird. I've watched a little too much of this today. This is almost enough internet for me for the day. But also to a point where you're like, do I have an issue with myself? Like, is there a problem? And like, if you're watching a lot of horror movies, I get it, fans. And I get the thrill of watching them. But like, the point of like worrying about the gore level and this and that, is there something a little off? Like, does this make sense to you that I'm asking? Like, because like, why are you so concerned on more death and more gore? And
maybe that's just something you're into, as in like you find that like really interesting. I mean, I don't know.
But finding that interesting, isn't that also a little bit of a red flag?
Maybe a very tiny, minute one, because who am I to judge?
But like, if you were dating someone and you watched a horror movie, and Terrifiers, again, they have a decent amount of gore on them, but they're like, I wanted to see more deaths, I wanted to see more gore, I wanted to see more blood. Wouldn't you be like, what the heck?
I would ask them, like, are you okay? Like, are we good? Like, you're good, you're fine,
Yeah.
right? But
you don't want it over here on the real world, do you?
Because that would be a no. That would be a pass. So, but apparently, yeah, he's hoping to find like that sweet spot in the final. It sounds like Terrifier 4. Yeah, it'll kick off the final chapter in the franchise, but he's hoping to find that balance of not too much, but just the right amount. And I'm rooting for him, because that just sounds like that's gotta suck.
And like I said, don't let it ruin your artistic integrity.
Right.
Like, you created something from almost nothing, and yeah, of course you had inspiration. Who doesn't have inspiration? But you have a wide fan base, and you're finding new people every day, I'm assuming. And obviously you're probably never gonna see this video. But somebody that sees this video might be influenced about something in the future too. If you have artistic integrity, what I can say is people are always going to be critics, but as long as you're true to yourself, you'll never truly be disappointed with your work, I feel like.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it might not be successful, but you tried something, you put your whole self into it, and, you know, let it know you want, you know, then you'll know what that was worth, and you'll have that feeling of, hey, I stayed too true to myself, at least.
Right. And let's say that, you know...
I mean, I feel like that's what this is, couples therapy.
Right. And what's to say, though, that, you know, the new people who find the movies or whatever, and then they're waiting for this last one, what's to say that there's too much gore and it turns them off from it, you know?
Yeah.
Again, you know, it's just, I feel like it's a fine line, but, you know, as you said, here's hoping he stays true to himself and his artistic integrity. I mean, good luck to you, brother. Like,
I will say he does an excellent job. I have full faith in him. As you guys know, I watch horror movies. I have a few videos talking about them, and I plan on doing one with a review of all the Terrifiers and another video that I'm going to watch in the future. But yeah, more power to you. I believe in you. On to our last subject, which is kind of old news, but coming back news. This, Seth Rogen says, it wasn't on my radar when James Franco revealed their friendship was over. So, if those who don't know, Seth Rogen and James Franco done a long line of movies together. They were in a TV show together. That's what they started out on in Freaks and Geeks. And yeah, they've done movies together and stuff. They've always been like really close friends. Some would say inseparable. Yeah, they both have success apart from each other, and they're both excellent actors and comedians, I would say. And I would say comedian for Seth Rogen and actor for James Franco. He had some success. James Franco ran into some hot water a couple years back. He was having issues basically harassing women that he worked with, basically acting like a high school idiot. You know, one of those high school jocks where it's like he hits on a girl, but then she says, I'm not interested. And then he's all like, well, F you, B. You know,
Right, and apparently
starts making fun of him and calling him ugly and stuff like that.
Apparently there was more of this misconduct from former students of his acting school.
Yeah.
So,
which were in a lot of Seth Rogen movies too.
And that's sad. You know, it's like
now Seth Rogen claims to not know any of this. There are no accused, and this again happened several years ago, but this stuff that James has been accused of, there has been no claims of Seth Rogen going through the same stuff. So as of now, it is believable that Rogen had no idea what was going on in this James Franco world. He probably only knew him as the friend and actor that he was on set with him and, you know, whatever they did on their dailies. But I've always been a Seth Rogen fan. And yeah, I've watched a lot of him and James Franco growing up. Thought they were a funny comedy duo. I lost all respect for James when I found out about all this stuff, and there were several people that came forward. It wasn't just like one and done situation.
And so this is saying that when asked about the duo's relationship status in October of 2024, Franco replied, I haven't talked to Seth. I love Seth. We had 20 great years together, but I guess it's over. And not for lack of trying. I told him how much he's meant to me. So, man, 20 years of friendship.
And I get it.
But I respect Seth Rogen, you know, not wanting to be associated with all of that,
right.
too.
I feel like this is the same thing that people had to go through with other celebrities when they find out that, you know, like, they worked with him a lot, and then they find out that something bad happened or whatnot. First one to come to mind to me is Danny Masterson. I know he did a lot with Ashton Kutcher and whatnot. And, yeah, I don't know. I'm glad I don't have to deal with this in my personal daily life, but I get put in distance between a friendship like that because once you find out something about someone that you've known for, like they said, 20 years, it's like you didn't know them at all. So you kind of have to reevaluate your friend choosing ability, and you also have to reevaluate, like, the people you let in your life kind of thing.
Right.
So.
But one thing I've always kind of wondered about, like, these types of things, like the misconduct, we'll just call it that, is why does it take so long for people to come forward about it?
I think a lot of it, and this is me speaking from not being in it at all, so again, this is a safe place. Feel free, if you're going through something like this, we have a Discord. You know, you can always private message us and feel free to talk it out and inform us so we can have a better understanding of this. But I feel like it's a form of power, a mindset power. These guys, these actors, they make a lot of money. They're very successful. It'd be easy to be influenced by them. And we see it in the stream world all the time. You get a bunch of yes people around you. When you get a large following, seems like a lot of people just agree with whatever you say. without even really checking or understanding what you're actually saying.
They turn into sheep.
And it's one of those things where, like, you believe this person's helping you. Like, for instance, he was a coach. He's teaching them how to act. He's doing that stuff, but he's also like, hey, if you want to get successful in this world, this is what you got to do, kind of thing. And he was probably misleading them. Maybe it didn't start off, right away, like, but it slowly led to that. And then a lot of times they don't realize it's happening until it happened. And then sometimes that person that's, of the higher mindset power, not necessarily higher power, because everybody... The aggressor, sure, that word. Kind of informs them that, like, well, do you want to make it in this world? Or do you want to make it? And, like, they think that, oh, well, if I say anything, then all this work that I've worked on already, maybe they got some success already, all of it's going to disappear. Because they're going to... A lot of times, especially around late 2000s, early 10s, there was a lot of women that were getting canceled for being too difficult to work with. It even happened in the 90s. Like, in Fresh Prince, they had the mom, the original mom. She got labeled as too difficult to work with, but really she was going through stuff at home. She was getting abused at home. And if you want to watch the HBO documentary about Fresh Prince, they talk all about it. But she was getting abused at home, and her whole family was basically disowning her because between her success from the show and then being told she was difficult to work with, her family just thought she was the problem and not what was going around and stuff. And so she was going through her own stuff at home, and she was having trouble getting to set and doing stuff like that. And she was having trouble getting the mindset to do the acting because of stuff happening at home. But, of course, actor Will Smith and didn't know that she was going through stuff. And when pressed in an interview, he said that she was being difficult, and then she got released from the show, and they got a new mother. And, stuff like that. But, and so, like it happened with Megan Fox, too. She had a director that was also saying that she was difficult to work with, but really it turned out that he was inappropriate and this and that.
So do you also think that when you have the aggressor doing these inappropriate things, whether it be saying inappropriate things like grabbing, touching, and all of that kind of inappropriate stuff, do you think why it takes the women so long to come out about it is, do you think that, not all the time, but do you think some of the time that there's hush money involved? So they don't, here, let me pay you off so you don't go to the cops.
For certain. And then there's sometimes when the money flow stops is when they decide to report it. There's been many cases of that. I know it happened in the case of Mr. McMahon. He had 3 or 4 women from wrestling that he was being inappropriate with, and then he gave them hush money, and he kept continuing paying them, and then he finally stopped paying them, and then they came forward. Which, in that case, hey, victims are victims, I get that. But at the same time, it's kind of like the artistic integrity. You're losing your own integrity in that, where it's like,
and your self-respect.
Your self-respect and your self-worth is you shouldn't put yourself through something that you don't want to go through that makes you uncomfortable just for money. Obviously, day to day, you're going to have a job, and there's a difference between being uncomfortable and having to work through the resiliency of whatever a job is. If a job is a little difficult, that's not uncomfortability. There's a different line where it's you're going to be a little uncomfortable at work, at a normal job, where you have to work through that uncomfortability to get better, but there shouldn't be like an inappropriate uncomfortability.
Right.
And for that, I say, like, don't lose your integrity on that kind of stuff. The word of the day is integrity, I guess. And yeah, I don't think people should really let people put them in that situation. I think some people get too caught up in the limelight, and we've never been there, so we could never say
Right.
What choice we would make and this and that. But I just hope that I can continue to be on the path that I am, and if something like that ever happened to me, I hope that I make the right decision and decide to walk away. I know I've had like small offers of brand deals that I was like, no thank you, because it's just not the right brand. Like, I had offers about a delivery food service place, and I was like, no, I can't do this because I live in the middle of nowhere and I can't do delivery food here. So why would I do a brand deal with something that I can't even do myself? I'm not a sellout, I'm just saying, but and a lot of times that's cost me from moving forward. But at the same time, it's like, I want to have integrity, and I want to be able to be like, when I like something and when I like a brand, a lot of times I joke on here, sponsor us now. Those are the things I like. And I want to be passionate about what I sell to someone.
Right.
That's why I'm constantly taking criticism on like our merch line, because like, I don't want to just be a YouTuber. I don't want to just be a Twitch streamer. I want to make cool stuff for people to have.
Right.
And like, I appreciate all the criticisms that I've gotten and the help from people that do successfully sell merch and whatnot. And we're going to continue to work on that stuff. And we have some new stuff out now. We're trying to go with a more modern thought / a little bit more fun with the couples therapy stuff. So you'll see some pictures right here of that stuff. But we're also doing some fun stuff with wrestling.
Yep.
We both have our own little wrestling brands in the 2K universe mode, which we're going to get more into, and hope to see more of that in the future. But we're trying to stay more modern style, and another criticism I had was like, putting your face on stuff is kind of a weird thing to do, where people don't really want to see that too much. Like, yeah, we got the couples therapy sweatshirt with our picture on the back, but that's the picture of the podcast. Like, that, if you're getting one of those, you're just a true fan of the podcast kind of thing. But like, there's other stuff that we're working on, and we're going to continue to work on that. And if there's anything you guys ever want to see, or anything if you look in the shop and you're like, this would be a good way to improve it. I will say our prices are a little higher up, but that's because the quality is pure quality. It's not just a paste print. It is literally like if I rub this ain't coming off. It's like a t-shirt you would get at Walmart or somewhere. It's going to last, a couple years instead of a couple wash. Because let's be honest, a lot of these Streamlab, not trying to hate on anybody that sells from the Streamlabs and stuff like that, that little paste print stuff, 3 washes and it's already coming off. So this has already had 3 to 4 washes. And
I also feel with like that stuff that you were talking about, like you toss it in the dryer, and like that's kind of what like
right.
you slowly start getting those like little cracks, and then
But that's a normal wear and tear. So normal wear and tears are fine. Like you get this shirt, you get any shirt of ours, and it has a normal wear and tear. That's fine. That's called experience with a shirt. You don't want a shirt where it's like, oh man, I didn't really get to have a moment with it.
Right.
So I'm fine with shirts wearing out, because you know what? When this one wears out, it's time to get a new one and have a new journey with a shirt. I know it's weird to say have a journey with a shirt, but sometimes you have a memory with a shirt.
Right, or you do something
Yeah.
fun, or
You get a picture with it maybe, or you just have like a fun night and you're like, yeah, I was wearing that shirt when I did that. Huh. You just kind of like, you know, you ever had that moment where you're in the closet and you kind of like are looking through clothes and you're like, oh yeah, I remember I wore that when I went to that fun festival or something, and I was like, I'm gonna put that back on. But yeah. I mean,
long tangent, but
long
that's okay.
tangent, but we kind of covered everything. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of the podcast.
But the pod.
Again, merch will be down below. It helps support the channel. Right now we're on the road to 300 subscribers, and when we get to 300 subscribers, we're going to do a Discord watch party. 300 subscribers equals 300 movie watch party. So we're going to watch both 300 movies.
There was 2.
There was a 1 and there was a 2. Yes.
I did not know that.
And we will watch them via YouTube, and you guys can watch it through the Discord. We'll have a little watch party. Again, join the Discord. Link will be down below in the description. And help us get to, 300 subscribers. We're about 40 away from the recording of this. Might be less by then. But, we're on that road to 1,000. Once we get to 1,000, we can get monetized on here. The merch helps us upgrade stuff. Right now we're filming on iPhone 15 Pro Max.
Yeah.
Maybe one of these days we get a nice GoPro camera. We can do a little cooler shots around the house, do some cool fun activity stuff outside. Any kind of donations to the merch, you get something in return, and we get a little profit from it, obviously. I'm not going to lie to you. We get profit a little bit. And that will help, make our products better, make this podcast better. We already have ideas of ways to make it better. We're looking to get computer set up, green screen, all that stuff. You don't have to see this background anymore. But that's not just on you guys. We're working on it on ourselves too, But yeah, if you like the content, be sure to like, comment. That's how the algorithm on YouTube works.
And if you haven't already, subscribe and hit that little bell so
you can be notified.
Yeah. Catch your breath.
But anyways, until next time, guys. Much love. And peace.